Earlier this week, there was a report from Rolling Stone that showed that Donald Trump was fuming to his aides and advisors and staffers down there at Mar-a-Lago about Ron DeSantis' little political stunt where he shipped the asylum seekers from Texas to Martha's Vineyard. And the reason Donald Trump was so mad, not because he knew it was illegal, but because Trump said it was his idea, and now DeSantis stole it. Well, fast forward a couple of days, and Miles Taylor, the former Department of Homeland Security Chief of Staff, confirmed in an interview this week that Trump's not lying. Trump actually did have the idea to ship these migrants to liberal cities. Except Trump's idea was far, far worse. Here is what Mr. Taylor had to say. In January and February of 2019, Donald Trump directed us to go and take immigrants from the border and, quote, bus and dump them into Democratic cities and blue states. He wanted us to identify the murderers, the rapists, and the criminals, and in particular, make sure we did not incarcerate them, and we put them in those cities. Doesn't take a lawyer or a genius to recognize this would likely be very illegal to do, but put aside the murderers and the rapists and the criminals, could you take people from the border and just dump them into blue states? And then he said that Department of Homeland Security officials told them, no, you can't do that. That is very illegal. So Donald Trump didn't do it. Didn't ship the murderers and the rapists to the blue states because the Department of Homeland Security told him, whoa, dude, that is 100% illegal. Like, even if you weren't just shipping the murderers and the rapists, it would still be illegal for you to do that. So that kind of seems relevant today, doesn't it? Because DeSantis did it. DeSantis is trying to, play with the media about whether or not he's going to do it again. They already shipped some to Vice President Kamala Harris's home, like on her street. And 3 years ago, the Department of Homeland Security said, no, you can't do that. That is illegal. Trump's own people said this was illegal. MAGA people said it was illegal. So there is no doubt in my mind that what Ron DeSantis has done is 100% illegal. And remember, this jackass stood up immediately after it happened and said, I am taking credit, I did it. And now, of course, he's been trying to backtrack, walk it back. We now know, of course, that the company he chartered the plane from happened to be a huge donor to his campaign. There is all sorts of corruption involved in this at every level. But let's get back to the big claim here. Trump wanted to send murderers and rapists to Democrat-controlled cities and states. He wanted you to be terrorized. He didn't care if you got raped. He didn't care if you got murdered. In my opinion, I'm willing to bet that he was hoping that you did. So just know that, because I know that there are no such things as solid blue or solid red cities and states. There's Democrats and Republicans in every single city across this country. So Republicans in those blue cities, just remember, Trump was totally cool with sending you murderers and rapists, didn't care what happened, because that's the kind of low-life scum that he is. But I guess to his credit, at least he was smart enough to listen to the people who told him it was illegal, as opposed to Ron DeSantis.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.